Okay, guys, this is the game 7 of the Kasparov versus Anand match played in 1995. Um, in this round 7, Vishy Anand is playing the white pieces against Gary Kasparov, who played the black pieces. Vishwanathan Anand went for his usual a4. White throughout this matchup, Gary Kasparov has been playing c5 to counter the e4. So this is round 7. This opening has been repeated throughout round 1, round 3, and round 5. And here we are. A quick brief of what happened round 1 to round 6. The games has been drawn games. So let's watch out what round 7 will deliver to us. After bishop to e2, e6, we have seen this several times in this match between the both of them. Here we are in round 7. In this position, white castles the short side. After bishop to e7, a4, knight to c6, bishop to e3, Gary Kasparov castled the short side, f4, queen to c7, king to h1, rook to e8 comes up, bishop to d3, knight to b4, a5. Now let me point out the purpose of a5. We have seen a5 countless of time, like game 1, game 3, game 5, and this game 7. a5 is stopping this move. Yeah, I have looked at it and I'm like, but if a5 comes up, let's say, for example, what can I do here? We have moves you can do. Now, let's say, for example, there's a pawn push to h3, making a random move, and a5 comes up. There'll be a weakness on this light square, permanent weakness that these pieces can use. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, a5 coming from white perspective is okay. Then, this square cannot be used just like that at the moment now. It is now white who has the upper hand on b6. Well, it can still be countered, but with moves like knight moving away and bishop controlling that diagonal, that square will be occupied by white pieces for a while. After bishop to d7, here knight back to f3, rook on a to c8, bishop to b6. At the moment, attacking the queen, like I will keep saying, avoid moving your rook to d8, any of the rooks, to prevent you losing materials. So, if you look at it here, the queen needs to go to a safe square, and in this position, Gary Kasparov employed moving the queen back to b8. He has been putting that queen there in those games I mentioned. e5 comes up, attacking in the center. Here, pawn takes on a5, pawn takes on a5, renewing the threat of planning to attack, and in fact, renewing the threat to capture the knight. Knight on f to d5, knight takes on d5, pawn takes on d5, rook moves to e1. Here, h6 comes up. After c3, attacking the knight, knight takes the bishop on d3, queen takes the knight on d3. Here, bishop moves to c5, countering this strong bishop here on b6. So, in this position, what happened? Queen takes on d5. If we count number of pawns and pieces activity, we can say the both parties have equal shares. Yeah, if you anticipate this move, it will be a mistake because queen can simply take this bishop. Well, if bishop takes, there can be an equalization of material. So, that can be considered. In this position, bishop to e6 actually came up. A different square instead of this square. Now, Gary Kasparov used this particular diagonal instead so that the rook can actually defend the bishop on c5. Queen to d2, bishop takes the bishop on b6, pawn takes on b6, rook to c6. I mentioned this activity in game 5. I said it that if Any activity happens on that square, which is basic square, like capture and exchange, the pawn there becomes a weakness, and you have seen the reason for that. Just take note. See how the rook was mobilized to attack this. There can be a defense. Fine. Natural defense. However, do you not see rook coming again? Sorry, do you not see the queen? Just see the queen coming again. If queen defends using the f2 or e3 square, defending the pawn, queen can come, apply pressure on it, that pawn falls. If you count number of pawns, actually, you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where black is preparing to regain this pawn. This can be a target also. However, we have pieces who are ready to defend it. The reason I'm pointing this out is you should know your positions and know your end game. Always see a certain kind of end from a beginning. Know what you are going into. So, at least a takeaway from this video is observing when you are trying to create weakness for yourself, so you're not running into trouble, so you prevent it. Me, I was thinking in this position when this bishop came in here. It was after this bishop came, right? Taking this pawn is still okay. To maintain balance at some point, there can be a bishop takes first, but rook will take and defend this pawn. You see, every move you play has an equal reply. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So let's come back to this position after rook to c6, targeting this pawn. Then rook goes to a4. After rook takes the pawn on b6, this game ended in a draw from here. The both players agreed to draw. So thank you for watching this video. I believe you've gotten value for watching this video. See you in another video on this channel. Till then, take care.